The city of Cincinnati set to vote on its 2021 budget this afternoon.
Yeah, well, it comes after several tense weeks with calls to defund the police department. Some tense moments even today. Reporter Marielle Carbone is following the entire process for us. And Marielle, we have a question, of course. A lot of people want to know, will we have an approved budget tonight?
That is the hope. Now they're really just getting to starting their meeting today after 3.5 hours of public comment, and most of those speakers saying the same message we've heard for weeks, to defund the police department. Now, as you mentioned, it's been a little tense over the last few weeks, and just to give you a sense of how tense it's been, if you take a look at this video today, just about an hour and a half ago, chaos really broke out at the meeting. Only 20 speakers are allowed inside at a time from the public because of social distancing. Now, a man was asked to leave under the impression that he had already spoken, but he actually hadn't spoken, so he refused to leave. When that happened, he was put into handcuffs and removed. So other public members began jumping up and yelling. That led to another public speaker also being cuffed and removed. There was yelling by the mayor and other council members. Before order was finally returned and the meeting was able to begin again, I do believe that that man was brought back in to speak later. So getting back to the actual budget and what's in it, there's been a lot of changes since it was first handed over from the city manager to the council a few weeks ago. So here are how things are kind of shaking out there. The biggest focus for people, of course, has been police. After weeks of protest, about $1 million has now been reallocated from the Cincinnati Police Department to a youth jobs program, as well as to help pay for free 10-minute parking downtown. So that means CPD funding, it will not increase this year, but stay the same as last year. The money there, it's really nowhere near what protesters have been asking for in terms of a decrease. They'd like to see the department's $155 million budget actually slashed in half. Now, another big change is the streetcar. Under the proposed budget, it was supposed to only be funded enough to actually maintain it, but not allow passengers on it. That's changed, so if approved tonight, money from city transit or the bus system will be pulled over to actually operate the streetcar as well as passengers on it. And then the Citizens Complaint Authority, it will be fully funded, allowing for complaints and investigations into officer misconduct. So far, we haven't really heard any council members come right out supporting fully defunding the police department. So Budget Chair David Mann tells me that this is a good budget.
I've never understood how it makes sense to say defund the police. That's not what it's about. It's making sure that our police department is used where it's needed, and when other things are needed, police officers are not sent. If people are following it closely, there have been a lot of adjustments made that I think show that we're responsive.
And this budget, it's been pretty tight because of the $70 million budget deficit due to COVID-19. To bridge that, the city is borrowing $25 million. It's cutting vacant positions. It's using CARES Act funding and also pushing people to take early retirement if they qualify for that. So the budget meeting, or really the full council meeting rather, has just started tonight after those 3.5 hours of public comment. So they're hoping that by the end of this, again, that they can have a full budget passed and approved. For now, reporting live from City Hall, Marielle Carbone, WCPO 9 News.